as a Minister for Higher Education, I was always thinking like, okay, we can have something similar to what we used to have in our dentistry as a dental professional. We used to have our specialty conferences, we used to have our international dental shows, and many more dental association conferences. I was thinking like, how do we get to do something in the field of higher education, because it's a very vast area. Can anything be brought like this? So I was just not able to finally decide on what has to be done. And finally, I think now, after 3 years of time what I spent in the office as a higher education minister, today, rather yesterday, it became a reality. I think all the credit should go to our secretary, Mrs. Kushbu Goyal Chaudhary. I think she said, sir, why don't we do it? So I said, yeah, I was always thinking how to do this, and then finally the INEX also came forward and we worked together and we involved all the departments like Ministry for Medical Education and Skill Department, then ITBP Ministry, then Agriculture Minister, and then Heavy Industries. Like this, we tried to pull in all the departments, and the ministers also, they also gave a consent. And the concerned department officers, they all pitched in, and I think what we have been seeing, witnessing for the last 2 days, I think it's probably marked a new beginning. In the days to come, I think it could be spanned in a much bigger and probably I'm also getting many more ideas, and probably you can make it much more larger and probably take it probably national level summit or something like that. Probably we can put in place where we invite people from the other states so that probably we can have a wider exchange of ideas and probably get to learn from what other states are doing. So by doing that, I think we can bring in a big transformation in the field of higher education, which is going to benefit the society in large. So I think it was a wonderful summit which started off well, and all the renowned panelists, I think they have contributed very well. I think audience also, we have the best possible audience who are actually, because I've seen many summits and conferences, what we see on the first day, the second day would be rather an easy-going day, and that too on the afternoon of the second day, only we should be witnessing only the empty chairs. But I'm happy to find here to find any empty chair in this hall now for this afternoon session. So it's a great participation. So I think I feel that this has been well received, and all our vice chancellors there in big numbers. They're all very actively participating in this. And many more people from various walks of life, industry partners, and all the experts in the field of higher education, and now all the faculty members from various institutions, all of them are here very actively participating. So I think we have made a good beginning, Ravi. I think thanks for your committed support in this, and I think in the days to come, I think probably it will change to next level now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So I will request our Honorable Minister for Skills and Medical Education. The state of character and appropriate skills are required for them to get their employment. That is the focus of the government as well. And with the ever-changing technology, they need to upskill themselves and reskill themselves to be in the system. Because of the advent of AI as well, there is going to be a change of job roles and additional some skills required for them, which especially this IT department is also looking up to that. From my department, from my side, we are also assisting in training and making industry very future ready. We are trying to establish a right ecosystem for that, to establish in future what is the requirement of the skill force, because next 5 years we are anticipating the huge data centers, and AI and tools need to be incorporated in our curriculum. So that's what we are planning to establish a center of excellence in AI in two places initially, and one in Gulbarga and one in Koppal. And we are trying to establish one in Mysore as well. And IT department has also taken some initiative to establish some center of excellence in AI in various places as well. So definitely Karnataka being a leader in IT, and many of these GCCs are coming to Bangalore because the talent is available here. So now it is the onus is on us to prepare a right kind of ecosystem, and we need to create the talent pool as well, because we cannot be left behind in this. So definitely government of Karnataka will do all in its capacity to prepare our youngsters for future. And apart from that, in medical education department as well, as you all know, Karnataka is the most progressive state. The entire country with the maximum number of medical colleges, maximum number of medical seats in the entire country, and both in government and private as well. So this being the most sought after course amongst the youngsters, because for nearly 1,29,000 seats available in the country, 23 lakh students are writing this NEET exam. So it is a huge demand for this course. So in this, you see, we are definitely now with the advent of AI. This is mainly we are seeing where application of AI is required. It can be done, especially in diagnostic. It is in a very advanced stage now, because of the huge database which is available with us in all the government colleges. We are also establishing a research center under the Rajiv University and pooling the data. And now AI can read our X-rays and our CT scans and MRI, and error margin is only 0.2 to 0.3%. So it's so exact, because of huge database, they can do a better job. Only thing is we need to we use radiologists only to certify that. So future is going to change drastically, and application of AI in medical education is going to be huge. Not only in skills, in medical education as well. So we are bracing up for that, and we are also trying to see where all we can incorporate this in our curriculum, and how we need to train our. Initially, we need to train our faculty in this, and then how do we introduce in the curriculum. And even NMC is also exploring these issues. So definitely, Karnataka will be the forefront in any changes, in any exploration, in any adaptation of any newer technology. Will the government do what is better?
Excellent, sir. Sir, I have another question here about the Ministerial of Skills. That objectives of both the departments, both the higher education department and the skills department, is to increase employability, is to improve the capacity in the AI and latest IT areas and other technical areas. Still, in several states, the higher education skills departments are running in parallel and running parallel initiatives, but the collaboration between the departments itself is not happening much. So is it like different in Karnataka
of course, you see, higher education is a good friend of mine. We are working together, and definitely we need to work together as well, because the biggest challenge what the country is facing today is the issue of unemployment. So we are producing graduates who cannot be placed, or who cannot be not illustrating what we can say. For that, what needs to be requires to be done? We are having a discussion along with IT Minister. We are discussing that there needs to be a change in the structuring of our curriculum as well, and the methodology of our training needs to be altered as per the requirement of the day. See now, whenever we observe that what will fetch graduate and employment is additional skill what is required and which are employable. For that, especially hands-on training is also very important in various industries as well. So in some of our diploma courses like 3TC, the probability of employment is 100%. But in engineering colleges, our placement is less than 50%. Why is it so? Because the methodology needs to change. And here the ratio of this classroom teaching and hands-on experience in labs needs to change, because this 70-30 factor is what is there. Even in Western countries, even in especially in Germany, in apprentice training, 100% placement is happening because they are working in the industry. At the similar time, they are also learning the theoretical part in the classrooms. So this kind of structuring is required for in our education system, because the graduates we are producing now, are they employable? Are they useful? Are they career being made use in their jobs is what is important, relevant to their job what they are doing is important. So these need to be reviewed. So there needs to be a structural policy change, for which myself and Higher Education Minister planning. And we had a discussion with the ICT chairman also. We suggested sometime that it needs to be done. So definitely this needs to be done, and from my department and Higher Education department we are working together. So we are working as one department going to.
Great, sir. Requesting, sir, the Karnataka and the Bangalore is the GCC hub, and most of the GCCs are like concentrated in Bangalore, because most of the IT skilled people, especially at the higher end, are focused on capital, Bangalore itself. So if the government has a vision to take the GCCs and IT industry to the smaller towns, and it has to have capacity of the students who are working in high-tech area in the smaller towns. So how do you look at the capacity building and training of faculty in the cities outside Bangalore, so that GCCs and IT industry spreads faster in the outer areas of Bangalore?
Bangalore is always at the most sought after destination for all the GCCs. Though the government is always trying to push beyond Bangalore, that's a thing which we are trying to push things beyond Bangalore, because Bangalore is facing a lot of civic issues because of the high growth what is happening because of all these entities coming into Bangalore. See, when it comes to education, it can't be like different. Like Bangalore, the standard of education in Bangalore is one, and then it is different elsewhere. When we take as a state, the uniformity is there toward the state, and the standard and the quality of the students also should be uniform. So that is why, like, okay, there could be little difference as far as some institutions are concerned. But otherwise, what we are trying to do in the higher education department and the universities is that we need to have a uniform standards maintained throughout the state, so that wherever we try to produce the best quality graduates, it should be like not concentrated in Bangalore alone. Probably, if you look at the job market and people who have gotten into good job positions, I think not all of them are passed out from Bangalore. It is all people are from all this tier 2 and tier 2, 3 cities also. Many people have excelled. It's not, talent is not just concentrated in one place. Talent is there everywhere. So it's only just the fact that all these GCCs are all concentrated in Bangalore, and they all tend to by default they come to Bangalore. Otherwise, if the GCCs are established in other tier 2 or tier 3 cities, I think the same talent pool will move there, will shift there. So that way, I don't see any difference or any parity as far as the standard of training or education is concerned. There could be a little edge in Bangalore by way of some institutions at the next level, but otherwise, I don't see the dearth of any talent in the other parts of the state. So that way, that is the best thing of Karnataka. See, like I was saying in the morning, many people are trying to see that Karnataka is not the most sought after destination. They said they're trying to resist. Means what I mean is like when somebody wants to come to India, I think they are forced to go to X and Y city or X and Y state. But Bangalore is not like that. Bangalore is irresistible. Whatever might be the situation, Bangalore is irresistible. So that nobody, I don't think anybody can take it away. Any goddamn force in this country cannot cannot come in the way of the growth and the reputation of Bangalore. That is what Bangalore has. It is not because of me or it's not because of Sharan Prakash. It is the ecosystem which is created by all our elders who have the vision to bring in a very strong higher education focus, which was brought in with the private entities coming into existence probably much way back, probably 100 years ago. So this ecosystem has made Karnataka and Bangalore as a most sought after destination. I don't think there will be any differences as far as the establishment of GCCs elsewhere in other parts of the state.
Great, sir. Sir, additional question to that. The higher education department is now collaborating with the ADB regarding the improvement of the higher education infrastructure. If you can explain about this collaboration and it will be great, sir.
See, I think yesterday also I mentioned, and today also we had a very detailed discussion about the loan, the soft loan, what we are taking from Asian Development Bank. In fact, the skill department also is taking loan from ADB, and even our school education department also has taken assistance. But in the Department of Higher Education, I think this is a first of its kind initiative what has been taken up, and we have the team right sitting, the ADB team is right there in the audience. And for the past 1 year, we've been working very intensely as to how best to make use of the loan what we are taking from them, and we are not just focusing or rather planning to utilize that money on like putting up a building or some structure or some other thing. We are just focusing on only on the skilling aspect, how best we can go try to skill the students, whether it is be it collegiate education or technical education. As I already mentioned, like we have about 40 degree colleges as chosen as model degree colleges spread across the entire state, and then we have about 10 to 11 polytechnics, and we are establishing 9 centers of excellences. So this is something very unique, guys, especially the centers of excellence. I think it is something very unique. I don't think any other state has probably tried to think in these lines, and we have been working on that, and probably shortly I think we're going to put things in place. Once it is established, probably the entire country will know what Karnataka has done and how best we have tried to utilize the loan from the Asian Development Bank. On this platform, I would like to thank the representatives of the team of ADB. I really appreciate their commitment and the way they have gone into the depth of the whole project, and the way they have studied. Probably sometimes I feel that they know more than me. The ADB team in just 1 year, they have learned more about Karnataka and the system of higher education, what deficiencies are there, what gaps to be filled. I think they have done a very extensive study, and they have given suggestions, and complementing to that, we have formed a vision group, and the vision group also is doing a tremendous job. And with all the inputs from the stakeholders, I think we are trying to put in a very, very good project from ADB. I think once it is implemented, I think people will try to know like what is the amount of research, or rather probably the commitment efforts has gone into it. So I am also eagerly looking forward how it is going to be, how it is going to become a reality. So I am really eagerly waiting when that is going to be when I am going to put it before the people of this city.
Excellent, sir. Sir, requesting our Honorable Minister of Skills to talk about the collaboration along with the industry, and especially under your department, you have ITIs, and who are the major partners of any Indian industry, or the employment habits. How are you collaborating with the industry, and especially the industries who are into the manufacturing sector? Because like everyone talks about IT, but also that Karnataka has a huge sector in the field of manufacturing, and especially like defense and aerospace is an important industry in Karnataka. So, your vision regarding industry collaboration, sir?
See, IT Ministry is overlooking this linking to this IT industry by a scheme called Nipuna. They are piloting this Nipuna project where they are skilling and reskilling the youngsters for the industry requirement, and they are also collaborating with various IT industries. As far as manufacturing is concerned, we have in our department, we are trying to establish and engage with the industry by inviting them. We had a discussion with the industry partners, and we have floated an expression of interest, and we have given an open offer to any industry. Because when we discussed with the industry partners, especially the manufacturing units, the concern and issues they raised was that whenever they require any skilled manforce, they are not getting it. The graduates who are coming out of engineering colleges and diploma colleges, they are not industry ready and they need to be reskilled. So for that, we had given an open offer to all the industries that any industry which comes forward to our department and say that we need certain number of people for with certain skill sets, specific skill set, then we are providing them with a platform and also the training cost. The only their commitment from their side is to place them. So if any industry comes forward and say, I need so many people with such a skill, we have a huge database of youngsters and graduates who are enrolled with us in our evaluation. Nearly more than 4,40,000 candidates, graduates and diploma holders are enrolled with us. And apart from that, we have been conducting these job fairs across the state. So we have a huge database amongst them as well. So they can select any of them, or they can select their own candidates, and they say we need to train them to employ them in their industry. We are ready to do them specific skills, and we are covering the training cost as well. So this is the type of collaboration we are trying to establish, and also we are discussing with the industries what additional skills they require to be incorporated in our vocational training centers, in our ITIs, in our KGTI, in our GDPCs, so that you see whatever curriculum we have structured, so there is a flexibility there. We can incorporate those changes, and whenever student come out of this diploma course or a degree course, he need to be directly employed instead of going through the drill of this skilling. So this is what we are trying to connect, because now the biggest challenge is the skill gap. The skill gap is huge. So what we teach and what is required by the industries, there is a lot of difference. So for this to fill this gap, industries need to step forward and say what exactly they need and what additional skill sets they need, so that we can incorporate in our curriculum. We can structure it in our training with the additional trainings or short-term trainings in our course. So this is what we are planning. So our focus is whosoever comes out, and apart from that, we are also in collaboration with the higher education. We have now come up with the Kalikajyoti Kaushalya. While they learn also, they will learn the soft skills. Many industries like Microsoft and all are participating in that, for which we are paying. So in their sixth semester, we are empowering these youngsters with good company to give them soft skill items so that their employability increases. So this is kind of initiatives we are trying to take.
Excellent, sir. I have a similar question, sir. That Karnataka is a hub of IT and hub of several industries. and industry is looking at employment ready students. And they are also, after they are hiring, they are spending 6 months of their training. So industry is looking at collaborating with the institutions so that students are employment ready. So has the higher education department looked at creating a collaboration framework so that industry and higher education department can collaborate for making students employment ready?
That is why I think we have been working and we have tried to bring in a lot of changes. So that's why we always say that the curriculum should not be static. The curriculum has to be dynamic. So we are focusing on our graduates should be job ready. So if they have to be job ready, within the course duration itself, we need to skill them. If not a particular very specific industry skilling, at least the basic skilling what we are trying to do. I welcome my colleague Minister for Information Technology and Rural Development, Mr. Priyank. So that is the idea behind this Campus to Career Summit. So I wanted to mention, we already introduced AEDP, Apprenticeship Embedded Degree Program, as we are trying to bring in many Center of Excellences into our institutions. These are all stepping towards trying to skill our students within the course duration. So it is easy to formulate a curriculum. Probably we can talk to industry and ask them and we can formulate. But unless you give the necessary infrastructure by means of the skill related infrastructure, if you don't give, if the students are not trained, then it doesn't make sense. So now the days are gone where you just you do a theoretical, you gain theoretical knowledge and you tell, okay, I know everything. No, it's not the thing which is the order of the day. So now the more focus and more impetus is given to skilling. People, the industry will ask, do you have the necessary skill sets? If you have the skill sets, then we are ready to take you. And this is what we are trying to do, is we are bringing in all these things within the course duration. And this is going to benefit the industry. They do not spend another 6 to 8 months of special training for them. They're going to save a lot of money as far as that is concerned. And once the basic skilling is given during the course duration, and it is very easy for them, probably they will pick things, specific industry skills, they just pick in 1 or 2 months, and then they are ready to start working in the main roles, and probably it will benefit the industry in a big way. So that is what we are focusing, and this is the beginning what we have done. I think we need to scale this up in a big way and probably meet the demand from the industry. This is what we are very serious about.
Yeah, honor to have the Honorable Minister of IT, Kharge ji here, sir. Welcome, sir. Sir, the discussion here has happened across the employability issues, and especially the government of Karnataka has
come down from Delhi, and I have written my apologies to everybody and also to all the I think it's a very Karnataka has stopped pitching itself as an investment destination. Whether it's Mr. Henry Patil or me, when we go abroad to seek investments, we no longer tell that Karnataka is the investment destination. We say we are the knowledge capital and we are the skill destination for the world. And I think that is what is helping us move up the value chain when it comes to information technology and biotechnology. Today we are the 4th largest technology cluster in the world. We are number 8 in the startup ecosystem. My exports of IT is close to around 6.5 lakh crores this financial year. And this is not only because we are giving incentives, subsidies, or because we have great policies. It is because of our human capital. And if I want to be relevant in the global ecosystem, if I want to be relevant as one of the biggest disruptors across geographies, I need to ensure that the human resource that's available in Karnataka are the most employable. So if Dr. Sudhakar and Dr. Sharan don't do their job, I am in a big mess. So that's why we are together on this. We have formed an emerging skill council, a skill council for emerging technologies. We are talking to corporates, we are understanding how artificial intelligence will disrupt verticals. We are understanding what are the new skill sets that are required, what is the curriculum that the higher education should follow, what is the curriculum that the skill development ministry should follow, and what is it that we can add value to both the ministries. In fact, we are the first ones in the country to come up with AI initiative, and it is not artificial intelligence initiative. It is the academy industry initiative, where we are going to industries and telling them to adopt colleges beyond Bengaluru. So it's not about GCCs, it is not about IT services. I think we need to move up the value chain, creating IPs, getting better skill sets for people. And we have, wherever I have spoken about this new initiative, they are very happy to adopt colleges. And also they are ready to reskill and upskill people. We have this program that we run with the Ministry of Skills called the Nipuna program. So any skill set, whether it is digital forensic or cyber security or bioengineering, biomechanics, gene editing, anything that the industry wants, we bounce it off with the skill development ministry and the higher education, and we pay 50% for reskilling program. So it's probably India's biggest upskilling and reskilling program right now. And more importantly, the new skilling policy, 4,255 crores we are spending to improve the human capital of Karnataka. And we no longer are catering only to the Karnataka or the India ecosystem. The person who is trained in Belagavi will work in Patil. The guy who is trained in Hubli will go to Hague. So this is the kind of disruption the government is bringing in within the sector. So if we want to stay relevant, if we want to be move up the value chain, I think the industry department, the IT department, the skill department, and the Department of Higher Education should work in synchrony. And that is exactly what the government of Karnataka is doing.
Great, sir. Applause for this. In which, collaboration which happens between the higher education department and the IT because of
Skill Ministry, where the Department of Skills concentrates on both blue collar and white collar, wherever it is relevant for their skill set. So let's say aerospace company requires manufacturing, requires electronics assembly, requires packaging, which are not which we can get source from GTPCs, ITIs, and the Rural Livelihood Mission, the Urban Livelihood Mission. So we are converging all these to ensure that we cater to them. Whereas the higher engineering jobs, research, development, that is something that we cater to. So we work as one unit. So when they come for incentives or when they come to invest in Karnataka, they don't see 3 different or 4 different ministries working. We work as one unit. For example, one of the biggest OEMs that are manufacturing phones for the world from here, we have given. We have combined Rural Livelihood Mission, we have combined Urban Livelihood Mission, we have combined Engineering R&D policy, we have combined our GCC policy and Special Incentive policy to ensure that we have more than 200,000 people working just outside that.
Mentioned about the rubles. You are also like the Minister of Rural Department. And rural employment is a big issue. And how you are thinking of adopting IT in the rural areas and especially creating rural skills in the rural areas and employment in the rural areas, taking IT industry to the rural areas, incentives in the rural areas for the industry. And also an additional question is that the Honorable Skills Minister is also the Minister for Medical Education. And your department is, I think, is doing on bio innovations. So are there any collaborations which are being thought about, collaboration between the bio innovation hubs and the medical education department?
As IT Minister, I have a ringside view of what is happening today. And we are implementing as much technology as possible within the framework for governance than employment through the department. So we are delivering more than 600 citizen services through mobiles, through WhatsApp. In fact, you can get, if Sharan is sitting here, he can get his panchayat details on WhatsApp. The proceedings also he can get on WhatsApp. And if somebody has a complaint in his village about infrastructure, they can also send it comes directly over here, and it will be, there's a chain of command that we have put in. And the administration also is done more electronically. And now with the disruption of AI, because we have such huge data sets, we were earlier concentrating on digital governance, then it became electronic we started with electronic governance, then we moved to digital governance. I think the time has come to move to I-governance, that is intelligent governance. And that is something that the Department of IT and E-Governance are working together to ensure that we deliver as many citizen services as possible at the bottom of the pyramid. Number one. Number two, we are collaborating in the rural areas to make our youngsters more employable. The aspirations are huge. Opportunities also are available. So we have to identify sector-wise, and we have tied up with organizations like Head Held High. We have tied up along with ITIs in the multi-skill development centers that Dr. Prakash is doing, along with Dr.M.C.Sudhakar's ambitious plan with the Kalyan Karnataka region and beyond Bangalore. So this triangle is something that we are filling up quite efficiently. Education, skilling, and employability. Employment is something that I would love to guarantee, but unfortunately I cannot. But what the government of Karnataka can guarantee every youth is employability. So that is something that we are working both at the rural level as well as in the urban sector. And like I said, trust me, even after a decade, you will still have the most employable human resource in the world from my state of Karnataka.
Apart from that, you see the use of AI in medical education is fast changing. Apart from diagnostics, what I already mentioned now, that in especially reading of our, let's say, CT scans, MRIs, we are also digitizing all the pathology slides, so that when we have a huge database, then AI can exactly pinpoint what kind of disease and early diagnosis with better diagnosis and early diagnosis. That is one. And also trying to create a huge database connecting, and we are establishing a research center in Rajasthan University where it will be easier for the students for research because there is a huge database available. Apart from this is going to play a very important role in future that in robotic surgery as well. The remote surgery will be possible. If somebody is operating in Karnataka, the surgery he can be doing in some other country. Actual surgery can be happening in some other country. This is the type of technology which is being developed. It can happen now. You see, robotic surgery, remote surgeries are happening. It's a reality. So this is the future. You see, the horizon of probabilities has increased tremendously. There is no limit. So we need to just adapt ourselves for the newer technology which are emerging for the betterment of the human life. So that's what we need to train our youngsters to prepare them mentally and also prepare them technologically to be adapting to what is emerging. So coming 5 years is the most interesting in the human history, so that it is going to change the entire landscape of technology. So we need to prepare our state for that, and definitely with the young ministers here, ITBD and all, we are definitely like preparing the ground for that.
Great, sir. Sir, in the higher education ecosystem, still there is a higher emphasis on theory rather than the practical. And many of the higher education faculty are still focused more on writing research papers than the practical real-time application of education. So how do you change this situation? Because every day technology is like changing, and other faculty is adopting to the technology. How students learn?
See, we have established a higher education academy in Lava. So this is from the Kharge education. So we have a regular upgradation of our faculty members. So that is where I think we have established with the latest, the best of the possible facility. We have used the best technology there. We have brought in labs from Microsoft. In fact, we have a mixed reality HoloLens for provision there. So these are the next level of teaching methodologies and how technology can be utilized in the teaching programs. So there we are trying to bring in the latest requirements of the industry as well as what is relevant today. So by doing that, automatically our faculty members are also changing their approach. So now we are also looking at our universities, our vice chancellors are also looking at how best to change the entire the curriculum in a phased manner, because at once we can't do. See, now with our state education policy, we have given a scope for them, like where we have a 128 credit system and it can be extended to 160 credits. So this additional credits, what it is left to their choice. The Board of Studies can take up some region-specific demand-specific things into the curriculum. They can bring in those skill sets. They can adapt whatever is required. So like that, they can bring in what is relevant. So naturally, what will happen is the emphasis for theory will reduce, and automatically the emphasis for skilling will increase. So like that, we are adapting a newer system in the higher education department. And again, as I said, that we are looking at newer courses, because there's a big demand for new training courses, and people and students, like for example, if I can give the figures, this year probably for the past 2 years, whatever seats were allocated for certain humanities and social science courses, now they were not getting filled. People were just joining into commerce and management courses, computer application courses like this. So the demand is on that side. So we are winding up about almost 75,000 seats in the government colleges. We have added about 20,000 seats in the other areas. So like this, the transformation, the changes as and when is required, we need to adapt. So that is what we are trying to do. And as the things are changing, I think we are also adapting to what is relevant now and what has to be, what knowledge has to be imparted and what training has to be given. So that is the focus now.
Excellent, sir. Requesting our Honorable Minister of IT to talk about startups. Like Karnataka has a huge startup IT ecosystems, and how does the IT department collaborate or encourage the higher education and the skill department institutions to actually get into startups rather than looking for jobs?
So we run two important programs for colleges that are beyond delivery. So we have the New Age Innovation Network, where we give 10 crores to colleges for experiments and everything. So the idea is to ensure that the kids think out of the box, they get that entrepreneurship spirit in them. They try, they fail, they try again, they succeed, and if that experiment is good enough, we give them mentorship. If the mentors want to make commercialize it, we run the business incubators for students in colleges. It's been working great since 2017-18. We have seen a lot of IPs being registered out of college. We have seen a lot of commercializations happening, and more important, we have seen a lot of entrepreneurs coming up, starting their own businesses as well. So these two programs are very important. Besides that, we also run our centers of excellence in certain colleges. So the idea is to build a strong education foundation of STEM, top it up with skills, top it up with incubators and accelerators, top that up with centers of excellence with mentors, with policy interventions, and of course budgetary allocations. And what we have seen is, like example, we run our center of excellence in marine biotech from college in Bangalore. So we see that convergence happening in and around the rest of the ecosystem. And we are running something called the Local Economic Accelerator Program. It's a 1,000 crore program, wherein we are considering Manipal, Udupi, Bangalore as one cluster, Hubli, Belgavi, Dharwad as one cluster, Raichur, Kalburgi as one cluster, and the Madhya and Mysuru as another cluster. So we are creating these small clusters wherein we are converging with colleges and institutes of higher education. For example, Triple IT Raichur has an AI center of excellence. Triple IT Dharwad has an AI center of excellence. There are only 3 quantum chips in India. All 3 are in Karnataka. One is in IISc, one is in Triple IT Dharwad, and the other one is still under process. So this is the kind of disruption that only Karnataka is capable of. Nobody else is capable of doing such disruptions, whether it is in the academia, or whether it's in the skill department, or whether it is in getting in the innovations for industries. So this is something that we have nurtured over a few years. We have perfected the art, but the good thing is that with disruptions, the government also is ready to unlearn, relearn, and teach again. So that is a good thing about us.
It's amazing. I think applause for this. Sir, have you
we have tied up with the FKCCI. We have there's a program called as Manthan. So Manthan is a program where FKCCI has got a platform where students are pursuing their degree courses, not necessarily related to our department. It is even agriculture graduates, agriculture students, law students, everybody for that matter. Even medical students also can participate in that program. They can come out with their startup concepts, and they can apply, and already now it is in progress now. So they will be all shortlisted depending on the concepts what they give, what the real world problems, what they choose, and what they would like to bring forward. So now it is in the progress, and now once we fix a particular numbers as to how many will go to the final stage. So at that time, they're going to be supported with mentors like leading chartered accountants would be there to support them, assist them to work on the financial modules and how it will work. And even they can take assistance from their college, respective college faculty members can assist them. At the end, they will come out with the actual prototype and whatever the concept will be conceptualized to be presented before the jury. And the jury is going to choose which is the best concept and which is the best startup which would probably be workable. So like this, we have created an opportunity, and in fact FKCC was doing all along, but now Higher Education Department from the Government of Karnataka, we have joined with them. Apart from that, as I mentioned in the ADB project, we have created a space for, in our Center of Excellences, we are trying to create a space for startups. So wherein the students who want to start, have a startup to be established, they can work there and they will have the necessary support from the system of like the students who come over there for getting skilled. So those people can be drawn into the project and they can work together. So like this, we are working in various ways on how best we can try to create more opportunities for the students to start bringing their creative mindset as a reality.
Excellent, sir.